Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm grateful to Dr. Huma Baqai for her kind words, but I think she's painted a big target on my back. So things are difficult in Pakistan. We all acknowledge that. Pakistan needs solutions. And I'm grateful to Ikram Sehgal Sahab to allow us this opportunity to talk about his book and his thoughts about Pakistan and what we think the solution should be. Ikram Sehgal Sahab sent me his book, but I did not read the book because I didn't have to. Since I was a very young boy, we used to hear of his name in our family gatherings. And several years back, he invited me to Davos and he said that I'm not inviting you as a political office holder. I'm inviting you as the nephew of my commanding officer. So I'm here as the nephew of his commanding officer, not as somebody else. There are many stories that Ikram Sehgal Sahab has written in his columns and books, but he left much of it out. So I would request him to write about those stories. The personal stories are important. We have here, most of you probably don't know him, Brigadier Mahmood, who was one of 3 people who are still with us from the first PMA. And the winner of the Sword of Honor in the first PMA was Aziz Bhatti Shahid. So we're very privileged to have him here. We're talking about national security. So these are the people who defined national security for Pakistan over the years with their hard work in building up a military that is second to none and which has always delivered. We have the capacity to contain our enemies and to repay in kind. So that aspect of national security, I think, is resolved, in my opinion. General Raheel Sahab may differ, but I believe that militarily, we really don't have a problem. We must maintain our capacity, but I don't see a real issue there. The issue really is in the larger aspect of governance and the political system and how we are dealing with it. It's an unfortunate fact that the military leadership of Pakistan historically and the political leadership do not understand each other. That's where the real problem comes up. And there's unfortunately no attempt to make an attempt at understanding each other. I have chaired the National Security Committee. We had very long meetings. We broke the tradition of not having NSC meetings. I tried to have a more collegial physical setup there also, but we could not agree on that. So it's very important that these 2 pillars of the Constitution, these 2 institutions understand each other. Because, as I said, militarily, I don't foresee a problem. The national security document, the policy document, I've never read it. I've not seen it. But it will just remain a document unless we understand what national security is about. To me, national security is about the people of the country. If they are secure, if we are worried about their welfare, if the country is growing, if we are creating jobs, if our economy is growing, if we have institutions that work, if we have people who are optimistic about the country, then we have national security. If we don't, we have a real problem. And today we have a real problem. But we somehow do not want to acknowledge it. Wherever I go, people ask questions. The young the older people like myself, and every segment of society. And the question is, what will happen to us? What is our future? What will happen to the country? These are very critical questions. And this is national security. And they talk about solutions, but what is the solution? You go to a TV program, you go to academic setting, you go to talk to students, they say, कि हल क्या है, solution क्या है, हल क्या है? So there is no miraculous solution. There is no miracle that will happen that will fix Pakistan's ills. We have to, people ask me, and I always have this question, it's a very mundane solution. It appears very ordinary, and that is rule of law. If you do not have rule of law, Pakistan will not prosper. It's as simple as that. As General Ali Kuli and General Raheel Sharif, they all know, all complex problems generally have simple solutions. It's just the question of finding that solution and implementing it. I never met General Raheel Sharif, only a few times in formal occasions. But he inherited a huge issue, huge security issue. And it's not widely acknowledged or widely known even, the job that he did for Pakistan. It's not an ordinary job. I had no intention of saying that here, but since the debate gravitated towards that, and if I'm not wrong, under his command, we lost more young people, we have more shaheeds than in any other war in Pakistan. And we won that war. We won that war against the same people that the whole world could not defeat in Afghanistan. It's a very brutal war, it's a very difficult war, and General Saab's leadership withstood that challenge and we came out on top. But we did lose a lot of people, a lot of shaheeds. And Marshal Saab raised this issue about General Maulana Fazlur Rahman. I worked with him for 30 years. I found him to be a very rational man. But these statements I did not understand. And I have written to him, and I hope he will explain what he meant by his comments. These are comments which are not acceptable. We all have relatives in the military. We all have shaheeds in the military. And I don't know of a single person who joins the military for the salary. It's about a commitment. It's about a passion. So I hope that Maulana Sahib will be able to explain his comments. So that's the solution for Pakistan is simple, but it appears very difficult. And both the military and the civilian people have to play a role in it. Without rule of law, Pakistan will not move forward. The economy will not grow. The young people will not have jobs. They'll be leaving the country. So this is something that we all need to understand. Somehow we do not understand that. Every institution that Pakistan has today is failing or has failed. And we still make no attempt at reform. You look at the budget speech, there's no attempt at reform there. There's no talk of reform. If you do not reform, you'll never get out of the IMF program. Because the IMF program injects discipline into the system. It's something we can do ourselves, but we're unable to do it. So they force the discipline upon you because they're answerable to for their own money that they give you, and also to other lenders who rely on them to provide supervision of what we're doing. So it takes discipline. It takes a lot of hard work. It'll take a lot of pain before Pakistan turns the corner. This is something that all of us as Pakistanis need to understand. There's no two Pakistans here. There's a citizen wearing the uniform, and there's a citizen not wearing the uniform. It's a responsibility that belongs to all of us. It's not the militaries alone, it's not the politicians alone. And that relationship is defined by the Constitution. So while we read the 16 books that Ikram Sehgal Sahab has written, and unfortunately for him, he is a prolific writer, but we are not prolific readers. So we have a real problem here. So, but there's another book that we must read. It's called the Constitution. And that's one failing all of Ikram Sehgal Sahab's writings have. Rarely mentions the Constitution. He mentions it peripherally, on the sidelines. That is the Constitution. But that's the document that defines everything in Pakistan. If you do not follow it, you will not have a system. So it's very, very critical that we understand that. Today, you read, all of us must read we have a very explicit constitution, a very good constitution, except the parts that we keep amending. You take the amendments out, it's a pretty good constitution. There is the first part is the introduction, what Pakistan stands for. The second part, the part 2, chapter 1, is fundamental rights. 21 articles, 8 to 28. We have none of them today. The people of this country do not have the rights, the fundamental rights that the Constitution provides to us. That is why we have a problem in Pakistan. That is why we have a serious situation in Balochistan. That is why we have a serious situation in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. That is why there is a serious situation in Azad Kashmir. We may not acknowledge the seriousness, but it's there. It will simmer. So we must read the Constitution, we must abide by the Constitution. No country can work without it. If you don't like it, change it for the better. But we cannot go on like this, really. I today worry about my country. We're all worried. Wherever we go, people are worried. The young people especially. And they are 2/3 of Pakistan. So what answer do we give them? So it's the leadership's job, military and political, provide those answers to them. You must create that dialogue. We must iron over our differences. We were all on the same page. There's no 2 pages here. And it's the page of the Constitution. So that's my little contribution here. And I'm grateful again to all the people who came to attend. I'm grateful to Ikram Sehgal Sahab. May Allah give you hopefully 80 more years. The institutions you built, the contributions you made, mostly are not known at all. And that's the way it should be. And that's who you are. So thank you very much, and thank you all.